All right, everybody, let's do one more for the night here just to see. I don't know, another game. I was sitting around. I said I want to do another game. Let's feel it out here. So we are going to run with a little Firewalkerr in the top left corner, playing as his seems to be his standard team Protoss. And in the top right corner, we got a GYTOW. Not sure what that stands for. Get your truck out of the way. Anyways, we will just call him GYT. So GYT will be playing as the Terran. I learned a couple new keys, I thought. So yes, vision keys. Perfect. And yeah, all right. That makes sense then. Yeah, so like I say, just trying to piss around. And this last guy can't rush me. That's never a good feeling. As it does appear, old Firewalkerr is just shooting the shit, making some small talk, hoping that his opponent wants to visit with him. Oh, let's see what we get going here. Sorry, my allergies are working up tonight, man. Holy, I was just having a sneezing fit before I got on here. My quails are saying hi. I don't know if you could ever hear them in the background, but they'll chirp up every now and then. They're my wife's quails. She raises quails, so she has like 20 of them outside, and she brought 5 of them inside over the last week there. I'm not too sure why. I think they were hurt or something. I don't know. But either way, let's see where this game takes us, as we are going with an early engineering bay. Hopefully we get a dirty planetary drop or something in the base. Would be pretty dope. A little bit of cheese. A double assimilator. Gateway. Booming into a double pylon. Firewalkerr keeping everything tight in his base. Very, very tight. I was informed, actually, as well, that when you go into these games, you are aware of where your opponent is. So it does show you their starting location, which I didn't know before. So I always thought that you have to scout to find out where they actually spawned. So you're really only scouting just to see what they're building at that time. So not seeing the early scouts, unless you're cheesing, is pretty standard. So like I say, I'm learning as I go, learning hotkeys, learning everything else. So yeah, should be interesting anyways. And I do see our APM at the bottom now here, because there are times I do wonder what certain people are doing, you know, when they're sitting around here, or they have a lot of money, and, you know, what are they looking at? What are we focused on? So we're going to see a little bit of that this game. So yeah, as you can see, either of our opponents have any knowledge of where the other person is. It does look like Firewalkerr is going to make his way out of his base here. GYT here, he's got a couple units. He's blocking off. Looks like he's going to probably go for an expansion here right away. He's using the engineering bay. I'm not too sure what for at this moment. But he's got the engineering bay out. He hasn't built anything off of it. There we are with a proxy pylon from Firewalkerr sitting right at the entrance of the 2 naturals that his opponents has. I guess the 1 natural in this third. He is putting a early missile turret down here. That's kind of interesting to see where he goes with that. He is getting his tech lab, which does get him his stim and his shields for his guys, so that is good. And yeah, we'll see how he does here. Still sitting on 1 base. GYT has now dropped down that missile turret. Meanwhile, we are dropping some stalkers down over here. We do have warp gate technology by Firewalkerr is going to come too. He still has the proxy down here, so it's giving him vision when his opponent leaves the base. So that's super helpful. Still really interesting that he's got this. I don't know if he's fearing. I don't know what he's fearing, to be honest with you. That's going to help you with darkies that come early. Yeah, I don't know. Never seen the early missile turret outside the base. Like I said, it'll give him detection for sure, and may stop a medevac or something if he decides to go right up that way, but we'll find out. Oh wow, he's really getting turtle heavier, dropping the bunker down, and make me think he should be expanding pretty soon at the same time by doing that. We're getting a second pylon down here by Firewalkerr. He's got 1 stalker over here so far, and yeah. In the meantime, his opponent is just kind of sitting here. Let's see what he's doing here. He's not too focused on that. And Firewalkerr just worried about getting all his units down here. He's going to warp in some more. I'm not sure the purpose of having all these proxy pylons down here. But either way, that's what he's doing. He's got 3 proxy pylons now, spread out a little bit. We are dropping down some more stalkers. He's bringing some more across the map. Once he gets these loaded up, I don't know why he hasn't put his Marines in there. Come on, my friend. Come on. There you go. Get them all in there. See what we're going to build here. Some more supply depots. We are getting ourselves down the starport. And yeah, we're going to start getting into standard Marine Marauder medevac by the looks of it. And he's got his siege tanks out. Gets him sitting back a little bit and sieged up. Should be good. You could even drop 1 or 2 up here if you really wanted to help a little bit. But yeah, looks like he plans on turtling up. I'm just a little bit surprised that he hasn't dropped his expansion down yet. We're at the 4.5 minute mark and still no intent to dropping it down. Firewalkerr, in the meantime, is getting a little bit going back and forth here. He kind of sees now, okay, there's a bunker up front. Yeah, he can see the bunker. He's seen the full entrance, as you can see here, so that's very helpful for him. And yeah, he kind of knows that what he's going into. He could take a warp prism up here if he wanted to build one. Could drop it up here. His opponent really is going defense heavy. He's getting every different outside area with a missile turret, even up here. So he doesn't want to get dropped on or something. He wants to keep the air out. But yeah, like I say, still an opportunity if Firewalkerr wanted to sneak up this way that he could drop right in the base. It would cause his opponent to unsiege, could bring all his guys up here. Medevacs are down now. So he's got all that going. Firewalkerr dropping a 4th proxy pylon. What do we got going? Twilight Council. What the hell are we doing? he's got a proxy Twilight Council. Yeah. So that happened. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is above my pay grade of strategy here, but I've never seen a Twilight Council dropped across the map. And he's getting that thing there. These are the shit I need to learn. I don't know what that icon is. Maybe someone can help me. It's an upgrade of some sort. It doesn't look like a storm upgrade. It's not Zealot speed, which I know you can get from this. But he is researching something. I really wish I could figure out what that is. That's not the one there. I will figure out all these hotkeys at some point. Trust me on that. Yeah, he just focused down here right now. His Firewalkerr, as he sits on a lot of money. He is getting buzzed up there. There we go. He has taken it out. He's going to try and go melt all this. Firewalkerr could just turn on him if he really wants. And he is going to do it. He needs to target that tank. You need to target that tank. They won't take you out. You got enough units, I think. But oh my goodness, get rid of that tank. There you go. All right. And that should basically bury his... Oh no, he's still got some defense up there. Good for him. GYT didn't play that terribly. He kept his defense out with that bunker and siege in the back. He's going to be able to do some damage. He does rush in on the siege. Smart. Very good micro. And now he should be able to melt the rest of this entrance here, which is really going to hurt the economy of GYT. As Firewalkerr does look like he is going to not actually survive. Wow. Does defend it? Yes, he does. GYT gets that out of there. Not too shabby. We even have a robo over here. What is going on? The robo actually isn't too much of a surprise. The proxy robo is not terrible. Start dropping down your... oh, I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. I'm having a blank. Your immortals. Get some of them in there with this army. He knows what this guy has for an army, but you get them and they're going to thrash through bunkers and other buildings for sure. He's dropping down a lot more of his stalkers. He's got 7 stalkers down here now. He will finish with that upgrade. And over here, he has not expanded off of it, which is unfortunate. You would have liked to see an expansion by now since he's got his opponent down, or at least he's holding his opponent into his base. Get that before the bunker goes down. There you go. Drops another one down there. He is one-shotting everybody, getting everybody in the way. Stops the guy from building. Very well done, but it's staying pretty even with the siege tank coming in here. He should be able to chase those stalkers off, and he's got the turrets coming down from the Raven here, which I'm sure we'll see. And there's a turret that goes down there, but he does surround the siege tank. Very good micro there. Get rid of that siege tank that just does nasty damage. It's going to end up pretty even again. I think he's going to fend this off. There's the expansion I'd like to see. Oh no, could get rid of the guy building that, which is going to be a big nuisance. All right, so as they both stay pretty even, still nothing coming out of that robo facility. He is going to try and take down that expansion. He's going to continue to bring Marines. He's got another tank coming. He's got a medevac sitting there. So he is going to fend this off one more time. Let's see what's happening on the back end here. He's still sitting on 4 gate. Nothing on the back end for Firewalkerr. But he has been putting everything up here. So it's not like he's not doing anything. He is building. He's continuing to tech up by getting that robo facility, getting the upgrade out of the Twilight Council. So we'll see what his move is from here, because right now he's staying pretty even. And knowing that his opponent is almost expanded is a little bit fearful for Firewalkerr. I mean, that's not good. He's going to have 2 bases going soon. Meanwhile, he continues to fend off and take these encounters while getting further and further ahead by the looks of it. GYT continues to keep up and keep up ahead. I mean, he's got a beat in supply count. Here comes a few more stalkers, but I don't think you can continue to warp 4 at a time and go in. I don't think it's worth it. If you maybe threw an immortal on the back end, possibly that helps a lot. But yeah, nothing as far as the immortal goes. Here's my quail going bonkers. I love you guys too. Yeah, it looks like GYT he's pushing further and further ahead as we go. More Marines are coming down. He's going to finish that expansion up. This is going to be interesting. We'll see what Firewalkerr does on the back end. There we go. Not a terrible move, knowing his opponent isn't pushing yet. And he made sure he didn't fall too far behind. Now, it creates this as almost a waste of money in the meantime if GYT scouts it. If he doesn't, he's able to get up here and then start launching immortals out of that thing, could help a lot. But yeah, we will see. This will be very interesting. So he goes back to base. Both these guys now are going to re-strategize what they want to do. But like I say, GYT coming out ahead. He's up 17 supply right now as far as built units. And what are we doing down here? We are going tank. He's going to continue with standard army. A bunch of Marines, a bunch of tanks. The Raven is a nice addition that he had in there. I really like that. They're good for detecting as well in case Firewalkerr does go into some darkies. Look at the upgrades coming out of our Terran up here. Holy shoot. He is loading up on the upgrades. Meanwhile, it looks like we're getting Zealot speed finally here. He's got all sorts of production happening here, so very well done by GYT. This is going to be very good the next time these guys engage because they're going to have all sorts of upgrades and units going at her. Still not sure what we're going to tech up to as far as Firewalkerr goes. It doesn't look like a plan. Oh, he's going to go heavy on the macro here. Might build a third base. There we go. So he's going to build units out of here. Hopefully not wasted. Yes, not a terrible move by getting this one here because you warp in guys with that. Yeah, interesting. Smart move by Firewalkerr. Meanwhile, up here, the expansion is down now, and we all know that you could out-mine and out-macro anybody with Terran as he drop mules down like crazy. And yeah, he's got his 2-3 siege takes now. He's going to go clean this up. It looked like, I think he's got to think that Firewalkerr has something down here. You have to figure. By the way, he was shooting units up at you so much that the possibility of stuff's outside your base that was helping with that. But either way, look at him. He's cleaned up the workers up here. Pretty good count. He's only 2 above. He is building himself some more. He's got the armory out, so we could see some Thors. We are going heavy. We're going to see some battle cruisers possibly here. More than likely, the only other reason to have that building of a fusion core. So this could get real good. Meanwhile, he's doing all right with his worker count here. There he is, shifting his workers there. Good transfer. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a cold here. I'm getting a little bit stuffed. So yeah, forgive me if I sound a little bit stuffed up here and I sniffle, but it's getting worse and worse these last couple of days. So we'll see. What did he end up doing? Did he just, yeah, what's he doing with this? That's an interesting move. He built down there. He's going to, I guess he just scouting around, making sure his opponent didn't sneak any other bases anywhere else. So not a terrible move. This guy here, I could imagine, is going to build his third base at some point. Not a lot of units. Still got 4 stalkers there. He is falling further and further behind as far as unit count goes. Yeah. So, yeah, will be interesting anyways. What are these guys sitting at so far? Their APM is at nothing, I don't think. Or at least it's not showing it. We'll see what old Firewalker's paying attention to here. He's looking at his base. He's scouting it out. He likes the look of it. Still riding himself on 4 gate. These are 5, 6, 7 gate. Yes, sir, which he has the right to do at this point in the game because he's got his second base out. I'd still like to see a third base. But we'll see what his overall plan is. The Terran's just going to turtle on 2 base, which unfortunately they could do that and get up to 200 supplies. It'd be a lot of big trouble for you, especially if you get some Marauders into this army. The pure Marine tank army is strong, but if you get some Marauders in there, it makes a world of a difference. But he might be just focusing on the bigger units. As we can see, the armory is getting some more of his tank upgrades there. Still don't see any battle cruisers coming out. There's a second robo going down here and darkies as well. Wow. Second robo and darkies coming down for Firewalkerr. So that should be interesting. He's got the Archons on the field. There's his warp prism. It's going to fly around for a bit there. It has scouted out pretty good. So he does have fairly good vision around the map, which is perfect. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If we go over here, not a lot of vision outside of his own base. He hasn't really gone anywhere, hasn't really scouted at all. He knows this is here. I'm surprised he's not coming to take that out. But that's GYT. I mean, either way, he's got the bigger army. Not by much now, though, because it looks like Firewalkerr is finally catching up in the long game here. Look at him. He's going to town over here. And he's got a lot of production facilities, a lot of tech. So, yeah, he should be looking good still. I think he planned on expanding. Oh, planned on expanding at some point and just kind of, yeah, quit that train of thought. So we're going over here. He's pretty much mined out at his main base. So you'd like to think he's going to push out at some point, even push down to here. It's your third. It's your third. You take this out at the same time, which you may not know, but it'd be beneficial. The Observer coming out as well. So he's getting some use out of this robo. He's got his other robo over here. His other robo's also creating observers. He likes his observer. There's the battle cruiser we were waiting for. So we are finally going to see a battle cruiser hit the field. So this should be pretty good here. The battle cruisers, he is getting the Thor as well, so he's going full tech. So that's full tech essentially for any Terran. He's got his top end units now. He's got a good supply count. He's got a lot of room there for his food. He is going fusion core as well. A little bit interesting to throw in with the army. Why not? Maybe plans on put some nukes down. There's the third. Firewalkerr finally getting that third out. We love to see that. Might be a little bit late at the 14 mark. Well, you're never too late, but he definitely had room to be earlier on that. And he's got observers out. Lots of darkies on the map. Thors, and battle cruisers are always fun to watch. They're some of my favorites. But yeah, Ghost Academy story, that's what he had come out here. I misnamed that one there. So there is his battle cruiser. We do like to see that, and he's, like I say, he's been upgrading on the back end too, so he's got quite a scary army here. At the same time, this is not an army to be messed with either. So he's going to need the vision in there, otherwise those Dark Templars will go to town. But he has the Raven, which is so very smart. Like I said, it's a great addition when you get that high-teched up. Get that Raven in your army. They're so useful, whether it be dropping turrets in the middle line while you attack. There's your nuke station here. The one beside it, I'm pretty sure, is what allows him to create the nukes, or it's just the ghost guy. I really can't remember. Or that's a sensor tower, isn't it? Yeah, that's your sensor tower, so you'll be able to see when units come in here. Yeah, I still wish you had to come down here and clean this up. I mean, you take out 3 pylons, and then you would end up taking out the Twilight Council, which I don't think Firewalkerr had a second Twilight Council. And you could have took out the Robo Facility. Got a few idle probes here. Would like to see them getting to work here. He is getting his upgrades. Very smart. Upgrades all across the board. Everybody's getting their upgrades. Second battle cruiser coming down. This could be a big tech up. They might even max out on food by the looks of it, but it won't happen for Terran unless he expands one more time. He's going to be a long ways to max out his food. Firewalkerr getting that third fully saturated now, so you start to see that happen. So you'll get a few more probes down here. I think he still has a couple standing here. Yes, he does. He could bring them down and get them going. His second base is probably looking good. Yeah, pretty much fully saturated there. Get those upgrades done. He's got the observers on the map. We are going to send finally a scout here, so GYT's finally going to get an idea of what's going on down here. But you got to figure at the 16-minute mark, he's got to know you're going to see top-end units at the other end. There should be no surprises. He should expect what he expects. It does help to see there was a couple Archons down there. Yeah. Other than that, you didn't see much. Saw a couple gateways and that, but at this minute mark, he's got to know that Firewalker's got pretty much every building, or he's got a great big army ready to move out. So, don't think that really helped him a whole lot. Now he does have these battle cruisers. There comes his Yamato cannon is getting up our research right now. He is getting his nukes here, as you can see, so we may see some nuke game. And the Darkies are doing a little bit. It's got little patrolling. Yes, love the patrols. They're making sure nobody's expanding. If they see it, worst case scenario, they clean up the expansion, or they lose a few Darkies, but at least he knows where his opponent's trying to expand to next. So very good tracking by Firewalkerr here. I love the path he's got his guys on. So we're going to find out. They're both sitting on a lot of minerals now. They could both, use those minerals, get them up to 150, 160 type supply. We'll find out where they go here. It is an interesting unit compilation from Firewalkerr. He's got a very strong on the ground, that's for sure. Not a lot for the air. Oh, I guess, never mind. Did not see all those Archons. All right, so he is pretty strong all around. Archons are basically very versatile, very buffed as far as hit points and that go, because their energy shield's so big. And then they destroy with their splash damage, so for ground and air. And you have your single target for the ground for your Dark Templars that just wreak havoc. But over here, if you look at this, I mean, it is a great unit compilation. I wish there was a few more Marauders in there, but not terrible. He's got his tanks to take out the ground damage, his Thor, which is very beefy, battle cruisers, which is just insane air unit. And yeah, he's got his Raven out there, and just a lot of Marines with their stim packs and their shields, the combat shields. So should be really interesting to see where this ends up going. I just wish GYT would move out a bit more. Get that third expansion out. This is done here. You have this area. Firewalkerr hasn't attacked you for a while, so you got to feel a little safe to start moving down to where he knows these buildings are. I mean, we know that already. He can see them. He can see these down here, so that's been his scouting. But then you look at Firewalkerr, and he's seen a little bit, not a lot more. It tells me he has a starport here. He knew what was up here. So, yeah, either one of them have been into each other's base or army base or army count to see what they got. But either way, they're both expanding a lot, or at least Firewalkerr is. I'm still confused. She's got a Banshee out. Random Banshee. I don't know what tends to do this late in the game, because you're not going to harass too many mineral fields with one Banshee. But yeah, he's stocked up here. Firewalkerr has passed him overall on the count. He is getting his 4th base now. So 4 bases to basically half a base, because this has nothing left. And you got to expand GYT. You have to. You're 19 minutes in and you're sitting on 2 base. Unless he can get away with pushing that army through and destroying Firewalkerr, he's going to be in a lot of trouble, I think. Is that a second? He's got a second Raven out now. He's got 2 Ravens, 4 battle cruisers. Just the 1 Thor so far. I think he's basically planning on getting a couple nukes here and maxing out his upgrades, and then he's probably going to move out. Still love the patrolling from Firewalkerr. He's maintaining map control is basically what he's doing. He's maintaining that map control. He knows where his opponent is. Finally, the third goes down. Why he goes there as opposed to here is beyond me, but it doesn't hurt. Either way, he's getting the third. That's what he needs. So he will get that thing. He'll get it blocked off. He'll get it defended as well as he can. Firewalkerr, in the meantime, has already almost saturated the minerals with 16 workers there, which is good. He's only got 9 up in that one. His second one should be almost mined out. Of course, we're mined out up top. This is going to be in for the long haul here. As Firewalker's almost capped, though, so he may look to move out pretty soon here. Or he may look to sacrifice some of his probes, but I don't think he can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. He's got quite a few bases going here. Getting that one all built up. So, yeah, he could start pushing out here and see what his opponent's thing looks like, knowing that his macro is good. He's got to know, I'm sitting on 4 bases. 4 bases mining. Even if you were to push yourself out, maybe build a couple more production buildings. You got a decent amount of gateways. Maybe get a couple more robos in there if you want to get a few more units. But, yeah, either way, you know you can re-macro up right away. You could basically rebuild your army as quick as you can. You got lots of money sitting there. So, yeah, I got a feeling Firewalkerr is going to push pretty quick here. And there's the darkies. They're fine. There's nothing you can do. I mean, you can scan it, but there's nobody down there to hurt them. So, I mean, that's like I say, a waste. You got to be down here where you could have brought the army down immediately, done a scan, or even brought the Ravens down with them. Even the missile turrets would have detected most of it and took that out. Instead, now he's still sitting on this. That's it. So that's really going to hurt him. Meanwhile, Firewalkerr is just starting to take off on the mineral count here. But he is almost fully up to 200, so if you start to spit out some more units here, he is going to send a Raven down for detection. He wants to reland this thing so he can start mining, so that's what he looks like he's going to do. Put a tank in the background, keep the Raven there for turrets and detection, and then he's going to have a few Marines that you can throw to the bunker right away. So, very good. This should, unless Firewalkerr sends a bigger army out, will defend off that normal Darky army that he sent over there. Yeah, GYT definitely should have been doing this earlier. He's still got tons of, he could transfer half of these guys over there easily and get this thing mined, which is good. And like I said, when you get mules out, you got her good. So you get that mineral count back up there. Firewalkerr has hit the 200 mark. So usually at this point, especially with the upgrades he has, you got to figure he's going to make a push. There's nothing else to sit back on other than allowing your opponent to expand more and get his count up there as well. So we'll see when the time is to move this army. It's definitely not happening right away. He just good map control, good vision everywhere for Firewalkerr. He's got guys everywhere, keeping eyes. So like I say, he got the map control, so you got to know it's time to push. You know your opponent at very best has the expansion here, but you haven't seen him anywhere else, and your darkies are about to hit that spot again, I think. So let's find out where this goes. At this point, he's got 3. Yeah. As long as that Raven gets out there far enough, they should be able to ding these guys off before they get up to the base. I'm not sure what his path is. Oh, yeah, here they come up here. They'll die as they even get to the tanks here. Depending on how far his range is, let's find out. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, they're not even going to get close. You're just melting the rest of these guys. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. And one more. Oh, he saved the last one. All right. And yeah, shoot, he's at 175 now. Somebody's got to make a move here. Everybody is just collecting money at this point and using it to get every upgrade in the game. There's some more production buildings coming out. Fleet Beacon finally coming. So we'll look at to get the carriers. And now he realizes, let's push. Let's push. Nice base. He likes his expansion base. Is he going to go up through the rocks? All right, he's going to hang in the middle here. It's going to be interesting to see this engagement. The only downfall by engaging like this is that GYT is in position. He's got his tanks down. He's got everything down. If he does unsiege at an unfortunate time here, that could be trouble for him. But this would be an interesting push. This might be too much as it is, but you'll see him coming. He's got this beacon coming here. So if you look here, he can see actually nothing yet. So you can't actually see any of the Firewalkerr's units with this vision. Looks like Firewalkerr is going to move into this expansion first to clean this up. Which is smart because he probably knows that his opponent hasn't expanded anywhere else. I mean, he still has pretty good vision here. Yeah, you can see this fully, so he knows he's not there. So yeah, he'll probably move in. He'll take this out quite easily with this army. The only thing is, when is he going to plan to do that? You know, you continue to sit back longer and longer. Your opponent's getting just as many upgrades as you. He's getting level 3s up here now. So, I mean, yeah, this will be interesting. Somebody's got to make a move soon. And look at the gas count by Firewalkerr. Whew! Like I say, that's what I mean. He could rebuild this army in no time. So why not push it in, see what the opponent's got, knowing that you got to have them out-based. And look at this. It's going to go to town on this. Take out those tanks. Get rid of them tanks. There you go. That pretty much covers that. Makes the Raven pretty much useless. And yeah, that'll be a quick cleanup there. And now we'll see what he does. Does he want to go back and resupply, or is he going to try and push to the main base now? We're going to find out because he's got to make that choice pretty quick here. Or not. All right, he's going to come back up here. He's probably going to come to here where he's safe because he knows there's nothing around here. Very smart. And there he is. That's a good warp in of darkies. I like that warp in. It really diversifies this army now. So now you got all your speed lots, you got your Archons for the ground splash and air, and then you just warped in a ton of darkies to hopefully melt through the tanks and shit on the ground in the back there, doing a lot of damage to your ground army. So will be an interesting engagement when it does happen, and he is, look at this, all over the map now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bases. This one's pretty much done. So just beautiful expanding on the back end of taking that out, knowing that you're controlling the map 100% now. So even if you lost this stuff, you have so many production buildings you can just rebuild. And there's the nuke. Hopefully Firewalkerr sees that. Don't geez, get out of there. Please get out of there. Please get out of there. Please get out of there. Oh, he had to back it off. He actually killed the... Oh, he killed it. He got rid of the nuke before it came down because it would have took out a good portion of his army. There's the big bubble shield as he has his... I can't remember what these things are called, to be honest with you, but he's got those guys that make the shields for you, so that's a good sign. And yeah, it looks like he is just going to go to town on this, and that's pretty much possibly. He's got a lot of ground units. Those battle cruisers are the toughest unit in the game, though. They are the toughest things to get by because they're so tanky. And I mean, when you only have that, he's going to melt through those Archons. Look at that. Ding, 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 ding. And it's all ground army from here. And he could scan as he cleans up this army. Let's find out. Battle cruisers are just, some people call so overpowered. Yeah, go in the town here. It'll be interesting. He's got enough darkies to clean up pretty quick, but these battlecruisers are just getting... Yeah, he given it to him. Wow, I would have liked to think he had a chance, but he has given the game to Firewalkerr. Firewalkerr was way out ahead. I will give him that. But yeah, those battlecruisers shows you how tanky they are. They just went to town on everything. So very well done. And then Firewalkerr didn't have a ton of air defense there to take out the battlecruisers, but at the same time, they just rip units in numbers. So that was well done. Well played across the board by both these guys. Macro definitely went to Firewalkerr. That, I think, in the end was the game, as the fat GYT wasn't getting out to expand. So congrats to Firewalkerr again. You guys all take care. Be good.